This is the time. This is the time to turn off your mind. This is the time to turn off your mind. Let me show you with your eyes closed. Mind. What our hearts both know is the time. This is the time to turn off your mind.
Yeah, actually. I mean, but to be honest, the first time I heard about it was last year, actually. So I mean, it's so hard, you know. There's so many stuff going on, but usually when it's something is really good, you run into colleagues and they usually tell you about it. So that's how I get it. So I'm happy to be here.
Listen to your heart for your God's sake. You'll move a mind. I'll answer all the prayers that your lips place. Corrupt Bible.
Well, I mean, yes and no. Because I mean, it's a little bit more than normal because I do three free download tracks together with DJ Mac. Because all the if they hit like 1 million downloads, because it's together with DJ Mac and a company called BBN from China, and they're gonna donate like a big amount of money to the charity that DJ Mac. So that's why I do. Those are 3 tracks plus the other 2 you just mentioned. So that's why it's a bit more than normal.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up for Detroit. I love this city.
Well, I mean, for me, it was the start of my international career. Actually, you know, I think that's why I was. I mean, I was already making a lot of music before that, but I mainly played in Holland and a little bit in Belgium. You know, Detroit was the start of playing, you know, all over the world, and I think Let Me Think About It was also very important because that kind of like sealed the deal, you know, because usually when you have a first hit, people a lot of times they're still like, okay, it's just going to be a one-day fly and it's going to be over within you know, a year and so on and so. So I think the especially first 3 tracks were just very, very important. Well, you know, well, it's not super important, but I just like to run a label because it gives you the opportunity to not only support your own tracks, but also support tracks of you know, artists you find interesting and young artists. And especially when I just started out, it was very hard to find a label that would release your stuff. So I try to find, you know, yeah, like young kids that maybe other labels are not interested in or not spending enough time and putting enough time in young artists, because I think it's very important. As soon as you hear potential, I think it's important to like put in a lot of effort and try to coach them a little bit and try to build artists through your label. So that's why I think it's very important to run a label. To be honest, I don't think there's really one formula. You know, I mean, for me, it's always been I just do what I feel, and I think you always get influenced a little bit about you know, what's going on. But I think I especially making music, I see it a little bit like you know, cooking in the kitchen. You know, you can follow the exact recipe, or you can sort of follow the recipe, but you know, put little ingredients in there that make it your own, and that's how I see it with music as well. So you get influenced a little bit by the outside, but as long as you kind of like put your own ideas in it, then I think it's easy to maintain and stay relevant. No, I think probably for the next 7 years, I think we already had the most mainstream period for dance music. I do think that everything's gonna slow down a little bit and get more houseier again, because we just had all the like super hard EDM stuff, which kind of makes me happy because that's where I'm originally from. So, but then again, you know, I mean, music is only interesting because it changes over time, like all the time. And I think that's in general that's the interesting thing about art, you know. So. I listen to a lot of different stuff. I like jazz actually. A lot of funk music as well, but you know, especially now, it's just great. You know, with Spotify, you can just, you know, whatever you feel like, you know, just find a list that plays that, and you get all these like new amazing tracks. I mean, you have to look for them a little bit, otherwise, you know, you get like the same tracks thrown at your head all the time. But if you know like a few lists that do something different, I think it's cool to discover, you know, new music almost every day actually. For starting DJs or producers. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't understand the question. Mainly take your time. You know, I mean, it's so easy to always feel pressure to always be like, okay, I have to. And I mean, you do have to, but you have more time than you think, and it doesn't really make sense to be stressed out. You know? Just relax. Because when you're actually relaxed, you're way more creative than when you're stressed out. So that's something advice. Well, I mean, the things that I like about Spain is that's pretty easy. Because first of all, the weather, because I'm from a country where it's shit weather all the time. I would have to say the nature in general, because you guys have mountains and islands, and you know we have islands but no mountains. So the food, I think, is absolutely amazing. Also, once again, that's easy because Dutch food is not that good. So and I think crowd-wise, I think what I like in Spain, I like the diversity. You can find like amazing underground places. You can find more mainstream places. You can find, you know, places where the music is just really hard and fast. You know, there's something for everyone, and I think every crowd is really educated in the thing they like. So I think that's what I like the most.
This is the time to turn off your mind.